Welcome, United States Senator Tom Cotton. Now, Senator Cotton, I hope you were cheering for the Falcons and were disappointed you're not part of the organized crime family, otherwise known as Patriots Nation, are you?
Hugh, I know that you're sour grapes this morning since the comeback joins the drive and the fumble as capitalized moments in the history of the NFL. But I think it's a great thing for America that the Patriots won and showed what hard work and persistence can prove.
You went up to Boston and went to Harvard and Harvard Law School, and you went completely south on football. It's a shame. Nevertheless, we trust your cred. Hey, I had Senator Johnson on earlier. I want to talk immigration with you, but first, Andy Puzner. I told the senator, I asked him to relay to your colleagues, if Andy Puzner comes to a vote, and I expect he will, any Republican who votes against him is never coming back on this show. I am tired of rolling over for Democrats on this stuff, and he is a great American. Have you heard anything?
Is that all I have to do to get off of my weekly obligation to you?
Yes. If you vote against Puzner, you're free.
No, Hugh, Andy won't be coming for a committee on which I sit. Therefore, I haven't been keeping track closely of his schedule. I know he hasn't had his hearing yet, but I expect it would occur sometime this month.
Oh, good, because they're firing at him from all sides because he's an evangelist of opportunity. Let's turn to immigration. I just saw you on Morning Joe because you're being profligate with your media appearances this morning. I don't like the beard. I want the beard to be gone. But tell us about the immigration bill you're introducing.
So, Hugh, two notable features today in America, in the American economy. One, people who work with their hands and work on their feet haven't had a pay raise in decades. Two, legal immigration is at record high levels in this country. 1 million green cards a year. The population of Montana come to this country every year. The population of Arkansas every 3 years. I think those two things are related in no small part because most of those green cards are not given based on demonstrated economic need or employment skill. So my legislation would focus solely on non-employment-based immigration. For family reunification, it would focus on the immediate family, spouses and unmarried minor children, which I think most Americans support. Second, it would eliminate the diversity lottery, which serves no humanitarian or economic purpose, and actually, strangely, for something named the diversity lottery, primarily benefits Europe. And three, it would cap the refugee program at 50,000. Currently, the president can increase it to any level he wants, as President Obama tried to do. 50,000 is in keeping with the averages throughout the Bush and the Obama presidency, and I think that's a better policy for us. All told, that would reduce legal immigration each year from 1 million to 500,000, so cutting it in half. And it would help us take the first steps towards refocusing our immigration system on folks with very high skills who are going to command a high salary to help promote economic growth without putting pressure on the wages of people with a high school degree or without a high school degree.
And let me confirm for you, 50,000 is the average number of refugees admitted from 2002 to 2015. President Obama spiked it in 2016, thus the bad reporting that President Trump is attempting to cut refugees dramatically, and he's not. He's, in fact...
That's exactly right. Yeah, if you just go back 4 or 5 years in the Obama administration, we admitted, I think it was around 55,000 refugees. If you go back to the Bush administration, there were years in which we only admitted 20 or 30,000 refugees. So 50,000 is a number that I think is in keeping with recent averages. It also recognizes why we want to try to protect some of those who are most persecuted for their religion or for their political views around the world, as we've always done. At the same time, we can't take every person in the world who would like to leave their country and come to the United States. And ultimately, refugee policy should be resolved through wise foreign policy, not through an open borders immigration policy.
Now, I realize at Harvard Law they may not teach the Constitution, but the Constitution is actually fairly easy to teach and to read, and I view the Ninth Circuit's, dizzying jurisprudence on the president's authority over immigration laws previously passed and inherent in Article 2 to be surprising. I disagreed with the district court judge. I do not believe it was appropriate for the president to criticize him, but I disagree with him. What do you think is going to be the final result of the executive order litigation, Senator Cotton?
Well, I don't think there's a real legal dispute that the president has the authority to make a temporary pause on immigration from certain high-risk countries. He is specifically delegated by federal immigration law the authority to exclude certain classes of immigrants for national security reasons. I think it's best not to personalize these disputes with other branches of government.
Agree.
But I would say that Judge Robart only drafted a so-called legal opinion because it doesn't include a single legal reason for why he thought this order was illegal. I think there's not a reason to think it's illegal.
Senator Cotton, we agree on that, and it's right. Don't personalize it, but take a look at that opinion and say, my gosh, I'd flunk the kid that wrote this in my con law class. Senator Cotton, always good to talk with you despite your having gone over to the Sith Lord Belichick. I will talk later, America, with more of you. Don't go anywhere. It's the Hugh Hewitt Show.